With this one, we've covered how we pick the lot. We've covered how we pick the architect. We may reflect back a little bit on that in this process. And then this one, we're going to pick out how we pick the builder. And so in some ways, I'm going to let Ian lead off with how he picked, because it's kind of led into how he picked the architect. So go ahead with yours, and then I'll jump back in again.
Yeah, as I said in the previous episode, I had looked at a few builders. A good friend, Marvin. I think we've had Marvin actually on video. He has
several times.
He has a house just down the road from us. Complete, very, very large, very, very.
He completed about 6 months ago or so, roughly.
Right. So. Very elaborate home, very beautiful home, built by Bong. Mm-hmm. And every time I met with Marvin, he sang Bong's praises. I kept hearing Bong this, Bong that, and how he was very, very honest, and he was so pleased that he had selected this builder. Then it came time for me to meet Bong. I actually met him at Marvin's son's birthday party, and I was just delighted. The minute I met him, I knew that he just, everything he said seemed to be, it was what I wanted to hear, and it was also the truth.
Now, I wasn't here for the birthday party, but I had met Bong about a month and a half before, just before I'd left back for the U.S. at that time. And Marvin took us all to dinner, and I met with Bong, spoke with him extensively, showed him the preliminary plans that I had from Sheena, some of the things that I had for the design to go through that I was looking to put in place. So again, time frame's a little different, and again, the selection was I was looking at different ones. Now, I am going to say, when you're dealing with your builder to go through and do this, you know, you're ultimately going to have to come up with bargaining back and forth and what all it is. It's not a bad thing against them to do this. You obviously have to do that. So you have to figure out, okay, well, if this is going to cost too much, what would I do without? You know, what would I pull out of my design? What's too expensive an option? I really like this idea, but it's just too much to put in there. So how would you do that to keep it in your budget? I am going to touch on one thing, and I'm not meaning to pick on someone, but there's another vlogger out there who did his house, and he's done and finished his house, and then he comes up and says now in his latest video, he missed his budget by 40%. Now, to be fair, what he means is he didn't add in this thing, he didn't add in this thing, he didn't add in this thing. So now all of a sudden he's thinking of all kinds of things he wants to add in. Now, Ian and I have spoken about that. I'm not picking on him in any way, but if I'd missed my budget by 40%, I'd be packing my bags and going back to the U.S. because I can't afford that kind of a 40% mistake in the price.
And I'd be living in a house without a roof until I can afford to put a roof on it.
Yeah. I'm not being nasty. I'm not picking on doing it. I'm just saying, if you can't plan what you want any better than that, then I question whether or not you should be building a house here unless you've just got unlimited funds that you could add or change as you want to go through and do this. Maybe you do. Maybe you start out low, and so I can add and add and add. You can do that. But I had to know that I was going to hit close to my budget. Even Ian and I have talked about, we have some things now with Bong now that we've asked for extras and he's provided them. He's been very willing to help us do things and all. Still don't know what my bottom line is, how much I'm going to owe for these extra things that I had. It's a little scary, but I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay with it and all. And in truth, for me, one of the things that benefited me was the exchange rate with the U.S. So I actually came out where I was very, very tight when I initially negotiated with Bong, and now I'm a little more comfortable in doing that. I don't think Ian's in that situation because I think the Canadian to the peso
kind of went the other way.
Other way. So he's in a little more tighter situation to do that. But again, I just want to make sure that when we do that, when you're covering what you're going to do with your builder, this gets back into the all-in-one architect and builder, or into a builder that you have in place so you could do this. One of the things that I like is Sheena has things that she had in the design. I took a lot of time when I went through and designed with her, and then things Bong has actually looked at and changed um, from
Concept.
the actual design blueprint, the design that it has. Some cases. So in some cases, it's like so there was going to be two sets of septic tanks. Instead, what he's doing is he's putting in one septic tank and then running the gray water into a storm sewer runoff that's in there because I could do that. It's legal to do that. I'm only running gray water into it. So saves a lot of money doing that in there. Some of the other expenses is there was a couple windows that they put in and they put in concrete block. I'm actually happier with the concrete block than I was with these extra windows because they didn't really gain you any benefit. There's one looking into this way and one looking in this way. So there was, it just didn't add anything. It just cost expense and didn't do that. So there's certain things like that Bong has done. He moved your septic tank from one side of the house to the other side of the house.
Right.
But makes perfect sense because now you don't have them dragging a septic hose over the top of the driveway when they're doing it. Instead, they go over the grass.
That was the other thing, that the actual septic tank was sitting right under where you would park the car. I was a little concerned about that. Moving it over to the other side just made sense. There's nothing there. Not to mention the fact that it would be easier to access when you're cleaning it out, etc.
And that's one of the beauties of us working with Bong when we went through, because a lot of times we'll bring up, well, I'd like this, I like that, like these plug strips, these electric plug strips that I brought up to him. As soon as I showed them to Bong, he'd never seen anything like that before. He showed that. As soon as he saw that, he thought, oh, wow, this is neat, because you can just move it up and down as many as you want, and it has an incredible wattage that you can put on it. So, for him as a builder, it's much simpler than having to chisel out the concrete in the exact position and put in the conduit and all that. Here you go. Here's a slidable plug strip. Put in one connection to it, and it's all connected. You can move it wherever you want. So Bong is very modern and new, but still using traditional methods when he's here in the Philippines. It's an interesting mix that I find very appealing about him to do that. Now, some of the viewers will comment on the fact that we're using the concrete block wall and how the design is older compared to some of the newer ACR. I'm not sure I'm doing that right, but some of the new interior blocks that you can do that are a aerated foam concrete block that's in there, some different things like this. So he uses traditional techniques for doing stuff, doesn't do much new in that way, but will be new with electronics connections and conveniences and items like that we have. So that's one of the things that I see. So like these videos, please give me a like. And if you want to send comments are always welcome. I'll look for improvements and how I can make myself better. If you do subscribe, you'll be able to get next in line when the next video is coming back out again. I've addressed it a little bit in some of the things I was talking about. We were talking about the complexity, the difference between our houses and going through.
Yeah.
Mine has this front section, if you will, up here.
Yeah.
And that is below the 9 meter because it doesn't go up as high as the roof deck back there.
Right.
My roof deck has a 1 meter drop because inside the house, I'll show it to you inside the house, there's a 1 meter drop, which lowered this by 1 meter,
right,
which is that's how I get below the 9 meter on my house.
Right.
And so Sheena had to do this complex 2 different levels in here that you go through and see. So you'll see those in the design. But I've talked about it, but I've not really shown it. So again, that's why. And then now Ian's house sets towards almost the back of his lot. So so when we'll go up here, the farthest thing he's got extending forward is going to be his carport. So his carport comes out here and goes forward. My carport doesn't go quite as far forward as Ian's does.
I guess that'll be probably the last thing to do is carport.
I'm guessing too. Looks like here he's getting ready to do level for the drive.
I go around him. Thank you.
There you can see the layered effect, how much they add on to the concrete block. Entryway here. And this level is up high because it's underneath that section. And here is where we're talking about is a 1 meter drop. So this part drops fully 1 meter, which means all of the back half of the house is 1 meter lower.
To keep you under the 9 meters.
Keep me under 9 meters. So there was a lot of special, oh yeah, the wooden look. Yeah, here he's got, so these will be the can lights that come down through there.
Rivets again.
Yep. So I think that one there that you're talking about, right in there, is where you saw the fan. The plate for the fan. I think was that one. Because the lights are 2, 2, 2, 2, another 2.
It's coming. Morning, Sol. We have ice in the car. Ice.
Ice.
Yeah.
Saul, I have that, we had that plug strip that's gonna go over here, and I had one more. I'd like to get that plug strip set for here from the electrician, set over here, because I have no electric on this wall. Yeah, so the strip, yeah, go there. So at 220, so take whichever one is 220 and feed it over here is fine.
How about that?
Yeah, I don't think that's usable like that. Yeah. That's good. Move it up, but I do need something on this wall because there's no electric on this wall at all. So I need something here.
So 110 and 220.
I don't need a 110, just 220. Yeah. So I use the 110. The girls all use 220. so that little bit over here is all I need. Looking good.
That will keep that, not throw any of that out.
Yeah. So put it up here in front of the camera. This is the structure for the cover. It's a plastic material covered. Looks very good.
Really does look wood grainy.
Yeah, it does. Looks very much like a wood beam.
Watch your head here. That's.
Yep.
Well, that tremendous pile of orange pipe. Remember when that was 3 times the size?
Yeah.
Not so much left anymore.
It's cutting down. Watch. Grinding up above. Watch it. Go. Get under. Get.
No, I don't know if you should be walking on that with your shoes.
I did it yesterday.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just watched any gravel.
I'll stay off it. Hello. get your bathroom getting tiled here.
Yeah. So, hello, how are you? So they've used the tile that was supposed to be for my master in there. I don't care as long as they put it all in, but that's make sure you use that same tile in the master.
Right.
Hello, how are you? So I'm fine with that being in there too, but I want to make sure that's in my master in the guest room. Cool.
Letting that footing dry a bit before they go any further.
Yep. We got more block over there on the other wall that you can see.
Boy, my neighbor's messy. Look how he keeps his lot.
Okay, we'll go and take a peek at yours too.
Just don't look at the back.
Watch that fan.
So, how much more have they got to do on that room before the door goes on?
They got to move that electric plug. They can do that an hour later. They're going to move that electric plug.
Do they
and
really
put the door
need to
on.
do that to secure it, though? I mean,
No,
that's
I'm
what
saying.
Yeah,
I'm saying.
yeah.
You're asking what needs to be done in the room. Move the electric plug,
Before
put
the
the
door
on.
goes back on, I'm saying.
Move the electric plug and put the door on. I don't care if they do it before or after, but that's what's got to be done.
Do they already have that lock that you bought?
No, I have it. I would give it to him when he asks. The door,
Yeah, we don't have the door yet.
yes, we do.
Oh, we do.
It's over your house. I actually took a picture of it. It's in the video. If you look closer in the last video.
Am I charging you storage?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I got a whole room I'm going to charge you storage on though.
I know.
Hold on, one more room up here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and I still have no idea what that's for.
You can see it's coming there.
Yeah,
What the
I
hell
know.
is it? Oh,
I don't-
maybe, you know what? Maybe a light switch. What is that? What is that? That's what the question
I don't know. I don't know that. That one I know. That's the electric. And actually, they've covered it over, but there's a drain pipe right in there too.
So are these lights? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this one's a fan. Light. Six
I think it's
lights.
I think it's a light switch or a dimmer or something that's going to go in here. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look that close at the electric. My concern, I got certain concerns. The kitchen and my bedroom in there, and then where the great room is. But this one I'm not too concerned about. And then the other one is when I went upstairs, I'll visit with Saul. I don't see my solar going all the way up. I don't know where. I don't know if it's in there or not. I don't see it.
Well, technically we shouldn't be worried about that because eventually it's got to go in there. But you want to save him money if it's
Correct.
forgetting it. Yeah.
Right. There's a time to put it in and a time not to put it in.
Right. And after the fact is definitely not the good time.
Right. So I'm looking at this and I'm guessing they're gonna do it like a 1, 2, 3 button or something. I'm guessing. Because there's the wire, there's the fan, the other light, So I'm guessing that's what that is. Again, doesn't really matter.
Are you sure you didn't tell him you wanted a fan there? Because
I know I want a fan there, yes.
Oh, okay.
In the kitchen. You said you saw it, same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, in the kitchen. I did not plan for one in the kitchen. Here, yes, absolutely. That's why they had to raise this up, remember? I wanted the raised ceiling.
Well, you can't have too many fans. I mean, it's not like...
Well, that's why I wanted the raised ceiling here, so I can put in the one on a pole,
Yep.
and it's over the bed, so no chance of anybody ever getting on the it.
Well, even here, a drop to some degree would be all right. I might still be ducking, but...
Well, you won't be climbing on top of my bed, I promise you. I won't let you do that. You're not bouncing up and down. You're not a 6-year-old jumping up and down. Hello, how are you?
I actually saw him cringe as we walked up.
He did. He visibly said, "Oh God, here they are again."
Stick your camera out there, Mark. You get a good shot of how they remove garbage. Just keep it there for a second. Oh, sure. Now they stop. They were belching stuff off the
roof. Yeah.
Landing there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the minute you got here, they stopped.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay.
So she's already planning the current round table that's in the dining room is going to go here, so you can sit out and go sit out there and have
Will
coffee.
it hold up to the weather though?
Huh?
Will it hold up to the weather and humidity and all that?
Glass
Okay.
and steel.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know if it's wood. I think it's wood look on steel, I think. It might be wood. So I don't know, maybe not.
Wood outside
I have
won't last.
decided one other thing I was going to do, I was going to discuss with you to go through, is I have found those Centricom, the mounting, the termite thing.
Yeah.
And they sell it here.
So
we can have a termite company come in and
is
do
there
it.
poison that goes in there, or how does
It's a
it
bait.
work? Oh, it's
It's a bait.
So
you put it in.
So on an ongoing basis, you have to buy the bait.
In the U.S., it's once a year. So
okay, so it's not something you're at all the time.
No. You add the bait once a year. It's like it looks like two little sticks of wood that go into it, and the termites go after that.
Actually, I noticed I've got one in my backyard.
One of those things? Yeah, they're all over the whole
yeah.
apartment. Yeah. I didn't notice that you had them until I saw it in yours. See, this is what I was talking about. See, I don't want to, if I put something in there, I'd have to put in some kind of flooring up there to put the stuff on it.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I got all that room underneath the floor, underneath the stairway. So, and if I don't use my office, I can use that. Now for the view everybody's been looking for. Be careful with these guys. Don't hit on the pole.
Thanks. What's up? What's up, Mr. Hey.
So, see what I was talking about here?
Yeah. Oh no, that's fine. I've got a good 3-4 inches.
Yeah.
Not with the frame on there, but I will
No,
have.
yeah. Once the frame comes off, yeah. And this is the bathroom. Now, like I said, in my case, I only have sink, toilet, urinal, and a drain.
That's the same as me. Are you gonna
Well,
put
you had to shower. I'm not having a shower.
You're gonna put a water line in?
I didn't think about it. Yeah,
Not
probably.
like you can now.
Yeah.
No, and it
Probably.
wouldn't cost you much to add it.
Yeah, probably would be a good idea. Probably would be a good idea.
I mean, I've stolen a lot of ideas from you. It's about time you
Yeah,
stole one
yeah,
from
yeah,
me.
yeah. I can see. And so this is where I'm thinking I'll put the water tank. Is in this corner.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I can block whatever little bit of sun would come in here in there. For me, the solar panels are, I can go 1, 2, and I can go all the way across.
The only thing I'd be concerned about is how that's gonna look from the road.
Like solar, the water
Okay.
tank.
Yeah.
I think I'll put something to cover it so you don't see it.
Okay.
Grates.
Because nobody wants to look at a water tank.
Correct. No, and that's exactly what I thought. Is I'll put something. You know, it wouldn't take much to block there to there.
It may be gray and not blue, but nobody's going to want to look at it gray or not.
Yeah, I could put up a curtain in there, so I can do that.
Definitely another hot, steamy day in the Philippines. But there's a nice breeze. There's what I was seeing before. All this stuff going up the end. I wouldn't be bending over the edge like that. Oh my goodness.
So this is what I need to see if I can get the guys to cut me for my screen.
Oh,
my projector screen.
speaking of which, I was going to ask if you wouldn't mind going there today, and I'll buy that board so I can make a dog door.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they got to have something I can use for a doggy door.
Here they're getting set up to do
The cross members.
horizontal. Yeah, the cross members in there. Go through and do that. So that'll be neat. And then that section over there is the bar.
You know, why didn't we think of having a walkway between the two? Seriously, it would be so easy to do.
So we have it as a drawbridge. I'm angry at you.
Or a trap door. I'm really angry at you.
So I had a few of the viewers that wanted to see the difference between my roof height and your roof height. And it's about 4 feet.
Yeah.
About 4 foot. That's what we figured. Each lot in the street is about 4 foot, 4 foot, 4 foot. So
But there's more of a drop.
Andy's a little bit more than me.
There's more of a drop between.
Your next one after you, to your side, yes, is much greater.
Yeah.
And for those looking, that's Wilcon down there in the background.
That's where we're gonna go and see if I can't buy some material to kind of jerry rig a dog door for my new apartment.
Alrighty, shall we head to yours?
Yep.
Yep.
Waiting for this guy.
Yep.
I don't want to.